If we go look at what types of programmatic formats there are, unlike social ads and search ads, which are pretty standard, they look like something in your news feed, or they look like a text ad that you get when you do a regular search on Google or Bing. There are tons of types of programmatic ads. The most that you're probably familiar with is display ads, the typical banner with some text and image that show up in a variety of places all over the web page. They can be big banners, they can be little squares, they can be at the bottom of the page, they can be in apps, they can be on your phone, desktop, tablet, you name it, but those are the most standard. Then you have native ads. Native ads are a newer type of format. Typically what they do is they masquerade as another form of content on a site. They blend in seamlessly. So if you're on a news site, CNN, Fox, you name it, and you see an article, it looks like an article, smells like an article, reads like an article. When you click into it, it is an article. But oftentimes it'll be sponsored by a certain brand. The ad itself changes to fit the look and feel of the website that you're on. Also, it allows you a little bit more area to describe what you're selling or promoting or talking about because it allows you to put text below the ad and not just in the ad itself. So those are very popular types of programmatic ads as well. Then you also have video, which is split into two types. You've got your pre-roll short form video. If you've ever been on YouTube and you get an ad, 15, 30-second ads that sometimes you can skip, sometimes that you can't. There are pros and cons to each. But either way, you've got ads that come before a video that's typically short. So something 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. You'll get some 30-second ad before you can continue onto your content. On the flip side, you've got streaming television ads or connected television or OTT ads. If you ever see any of those acronyms, they're all pretty much the same thing. Obviously, more and more people are not only cutting the cord, and by cutting the cord, I mean cable, but there are also people that have never had cable ever, cord nevers. As people more and more shift to streaming apps, your Hulus, your Netflix eventually, your Amazon Video, Disney Plus, you name it, and the more and more hours people spend on those, regardless if there's the free version or the not, ads are gonna have a place on streaming television. People are making less and less money. The big cable networks are making less and less money from people watching traditional TV as they move to streaming. Which brings up a whole host of different tracking complications from, people can watch stuff delayed, they can fast forward through commercials. How does all that make sense? It's very complicated, but either way, you can buy ads there. And you can do those through a programmatic advertising platform. So streaming video, long form video versus your pre-roll video and short form content. Those are two distinctions to make. Also, good thing about that is that you can target people before they watch content, in the middle of their content, at the end of content. So a little bit more flexibility there. So you've got digital out of home. Obviously out of home constitutes, your static billboards, things in transit, like a subway or a bus. But those now are being bought digitally. So you do not have to go to an out of home rep to buy those things. You can determine where you want them to show up, how long you want them to show up. And you can do basically everything you would on the out of home sphere, but through your programmatic platform. So you could buy things like in an Uber, so to speak. Like I said, things on metro stations, in the airport, office buildings, in the elevators, the gym, the doctor's office, anywhere where there's a screen, you can likely show up. The last piece of programmatic would be your streaming audio. So just like people listen to, watch a lot of content on streaming television, they're listening to more and more content in apps like your Spotify's and your Pandora's, and less so on the traditional radio. So you're able to buy audio and visual ads there as well.